Hello. All right. Welcome back to day two, week two, day two. If you finished day one, you remember we're still talking about the history of healthcare, and you probably saw several of these things on your on the worksheet that you're working on that we're going to look at. Where you probably saw several of the things that we're going to look at today on the worksheet from yesterday. Okay. So anyway, we were at the Renaissance period, and I can't remember. I don't remember if I said this on the video or just in one of the classes yesterday. That basically, after this period of time is when medicine basically starts moving at light speed compared to what it had been. If you think back to what we have documented, there's probably somewhere around 4,000 years in the BC time period, and then so now we're all the way to the 1400s. So we're talking about like 5,000 years have gone by, and we're just now getting medical books published. So I think you'll see in the 16th, 17th, and 18th century how much faster things go. All right, so there is an increased knowledge of the human body, and so I'm going to give you some names here, how they of what they discovered. So William Harvey, he was the person that discovered the circulation of blood, how blood circulated through the body. Then Gabriel Fallopius, he discovered the tympanic membrane, which you may not know what that is, but you will after I tell you this. It's your eardrum. If those of you that are in the band, if you've ever, or anybody that's ever seen a concert where they have the big drum that they're all boom, 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 that's the timpani drum. And the tympanic membrane, really the eardrum looks like a timpani drum. So he discovered that, and the fallopian tubes, and so the fallopian tubes bear his name. Those are the tubes that go from the ovaries to the uterus. Now I've started seeing in some new, new textbooks, they're calling them the uterine tubes, but they've always been called the fallopian tubes. So that may be changing the name, but anyway, he named them for himself. So he discovered those and what they do. Then Bartolomeo Eustachius discovered the Eustachian tube. This is the tube that goes between the ear and the throat. So if you've ever noticed when your throat hurts, your ears hurt. When your ears hurt, your throat hurts. That's because there is a tube that goes between the ears and the throat. It's meant so that when you have like a sinus infection or when you have a cold, that all of that's connected and it all drains down into your throat. Eustachian tubes are immature in children, and so if any of you had to have tubes in your ear, it's because you had an immature Eustachian tube, and so that tube just didn't reach to the throat. And so they put tubes in the ears. If you ever had tubes in your ears, it's really just you can look up what it looks like. It's just a little teeny tiny small, actually acts as a drain. They put a hole in your eardrum and put just a little tube in there, and then it helps that to drain out so that it doesn't stay in and you get an infection. All right, Anton van Leeuwenhoek invented the microscope in 1666. So with the discovery of the microscope is when we're going to start moving at light speed, because now we can actually look at the cells, we can actually look and see these bacteria, and this is going to be the beginning of germ theory. All right, we're going to start having drugstores during this period of time, and the smallpox vaccine is developed by Edward Jenner in the late 1800s. I've got several videos in today that I'm going to post separately, but make sure you watch all of those videos because they're very good. Number one, it'll help you understand, and then secondly, because they are on the test. All right, so our lifespan, hope you can see this. If not, you can definitely see it in the, whoops, went back. You can definitely see it in the slide presentation. Our lifespan increases to 40 to 50. All right, so this video by Edward Jenner you can watch it in the Schoology resources in those on your week 2 where I've got the PowerPoint, or you can watch it there. But if I play it here, it'll end up echoing. So make sure you watch that video about Edward Jenner. It's very interesting how he discovered the smallpox vaccine. All right, and then this was the second video on Louis Pasteur, so please make sure that you watch that as well. And this one is on Florence Nightingale. So she is the the founder of modern nursing. Okay, so I think I'm going to pause this video right here to give you an opportunity to watch those 3 videos. And I'll be right back with you after you watch them.